Welcome back to the Long Dark. This is the second episode. My name is Anthiar, and we had just cleared out some of the cabins around the lake and slept through the night, and so we're going to go and see about maybe finishing some of the fishing huts and exactly what else we need to do, try to make some plans for the future. A little too cold to be running around just yet. So we'll top off our calories and our water, and hopefully it'll warm up a little bit more before we try to head out. Give it another couple hours here. It's usually better to rest to burn time if you can, because you burn calories at a reduced rate. Oh dear. Is it windy again? Yeah, we're not going anywhere just yet. Fortunately, I'm kind of carrying a lot at the moment. Otherwise, I would, you know what, I can harvest out some of the clothing and whatnot. No sewing kits, so unfortunately I can't repair any clothing, but, well, so be it. Try to at least make some use out of the time. Still sounds like it's storming pretty good out there. Well, let's take a look. Okay, this is doable. Just had to let that last little bit of storm pass by, apparently. I always try to remember to pick these when I see them anywhere. It's not a whole lot of food value, but it's free. You don't have to work for it. It hardly costs you any time either. Alright, I think I got all of them. Alright, let's check out this cabin. Pretty sure there's more cattails over there, but I'm not gonna run all the way over there, I don't think. Oh, right, we got a dog food. Okay, well, emergency food if I absolutely, positively, and a sewing kit, thank goodness. If I absolutely, positively need the food, I can eat the dog food. Alright. Off to this fishing hut. It can be hard at times not to constantly try to run everywhere, but I have to discipline myself to remember that burns calories and stuff faster, so it's a bad idea to actually run everywhere, besides the fact that you'll drain your stamina, and then if you actually do need to run, like trying to dash for a building when a wolf's chasing you or something, all of a sudden you don't have any stamina left. And there's another poor frozen guy over there. Rifle ammo, cardboard, more wood. not a whole lot here for us. Starting to get a bit foggy. Nothing on the body. Pretty sure I ran by this one. Hey, this one does have a door. Neat. Pretty sure I ran by this one because of the storm that was kind of hitting me. So, and what do we got in here? Some tomato soup, a hook, container. Nothing doing there. The cupboards and the shelves. Another toque. Some more cloth. Some more soup. Wow, that was a good. That was a good haul out of that cabinet. Flare. That was actually a pretty good haul out of that one. Bit hungry, bit thirsty. It's not that cold. Might be able to fish for a bit. $5 a day, that might be worth 2 hours of fishing, 3 hours of fishing. Still just a tiny bit cold inside though, so I can't stay out here too long. And I guess we'll use the hatchet to break through. Seems like it might be a little bit more efficient than the knife. I like using pry bars for that, since I don't use them for a lot else. A little bit of whitefish. Take it. Oops. Thirsty. Quite thirsty, actually.
Man, I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Yeah, this fish put me over. Actually, I may have been a little bit over. Nah, the fish put me over. And getting quite tired as well. I can all turn around. That way, okay. Got a couple fish to cook up, get some more water. And should be doing pretty well, actually.
Feels like night is coming.
Okay, so that's west. we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it west anyway. That seems to be where the sun's going down at. So you see those birds kind of circling there. You can usually find corpses that way, either animal corpses or people corpses. Crows are usually flying over them. And you can get feathers that way. More lantern fuel. Good lord, we've got all kinds of lantern fuel. ...1 hour. I don't think that I would actually. I'd start freezing. Oh, there's our first wolf. Gonna be hanging out right outside my house, apparently. Wow. Saw me pretty quick. You have fun outside there, Mr. Wolf. Alright. So what I like to do is, especially with like my firewood and whatnot, I'll create stacks. So I've got like our scrap wood stack, back up a little bit, cedar stack, back up a little bit, fir. You get the idea. And that's just basically so I can find what I'm looking for when I need it. Alright, as much as I'd like to sort the rest of the stuff, we're going to get us a piece of cedar, and take all this reclaimed wood, actually. So you can use these cattail heads to, as tinder, which is really good. And as much as I don't like burning books, they do serve as really good initial fuel source, so we'll get that going, and, get that fire starting skill up a little bit higher. If you fail, you lose like the match, obviously, if you're using matches, and whatever you used as tinder. So at least you don't lose the fuel, which is kind of nice. It kind of suck if you lost the fuel too for whatever reason. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get some more water. We were running pretty low on water. Now we can cook us some fish. Because I feel like I'm still somewhat low, I'm going to eat the fish before I cook the other one. So it's about 500 calories. You can get bass, if I remember right, out of those holes, and they're much better calories by weight. So you can eat those raw, but you can get yourself some food poisoning by doing that. So try not to unless you have no other food source. You're about to die. And no way to make a fire. Go and eat that one too. $39. If I can get another liter out of this.
Okay, getting a bit thirsty.
Oh yeah, I should probably drink too. Oh, it's getting close. Getting close. Oh, that worked out well. 8 minutes left on the fire. Perfect. Alright, and sleep through the night. Do a pretty good job of making it to where you can't really see, you can see a bit, you just can't really see well. And I feel like that does a pretty good job of kind of encouraging you to do what you need to do the day, and working through the night isn't exactly a, unless you want to use a blot lantern fuel or something, it's not really a good method of using your time. But we'll get topped off on the calories again. Kind of handled the lake. We've already been through the derailment. So our next option could be to head out to the Trapper's Homestead, which is another good spot to potentially find a rifle. And I definitely want to have the rifle before I have a go at the dam, because Fluffy's inside, and Fluffy will eat me. But if you just woke up, it's usually still really cold, so you don't want to necessarily go outside right away. That's not the right button. Drop. Drop, 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 drop. And drop. There we go. And now we stack it all up to bow down to my OCD nature. Put the dog food in the back. Dog food. Probably not the most appetizing of things, but if it's that or starve. So the soups you can eat cold. You got the can opener, you can just open them up and eat them cold. Or you can, if you have a fire, you can heat them up and that'll give you that warming up bonus like the coffee did for us earlier. It's not a bad initial stack of food there. If the weather isn't nice, I can also go and start breaking down some of the furniture and stuff in here for wood. So the antibiotics is usually for something like food poisoning. The painkillers can help you with sprains. Obviously the bandage will stop your bleeding, and the antiseptics against infection. So usually if you need to treat, if you get attacked by a wolf and you're bleeding, you want to use antiseptic to clean it and then apply a bandage. There's also old man moss, old man's beard moss on trees that you can use with bandages to create like a naturalistic dressing that has like antiseptic properties. So it's like a twofer. You only have to use the one thing to get both things, which is both issues taken care of, which is pretty nice. Oh yeah. Anyway, still a bit early to be heading out, I think. Anyway, gonna try to see if we can't take care of our clothing at this point. Harvest the boots. For things like knives, those are wool socks, nice. For things like knives and hatchets, if you have multiple, a lot of times it's better to almost run them out and then harvest them and then switch to one that's in like better condition. Just so you get the most life out of things. With clothing though, as their condition depletes, they are giving you less warmth bonus, and so you can only push clothing so far, and I typically don't like to take chances with them. And so I'll try to, I don't know how, I think the drop-off gets worse after 50% when they start, getting like, 20, so this one's hardly giving me anything anymore. But I usually don't let them get too low. A lot of times your repair amounts are like 30 or 30%, and so if I'm below 70, a lot of times I'll just top it off. It's probably worse for me in terms of using up materials, but... So with the scarf, I'm going to repair 60%. And I have a chance of success of 80, so that's pretty good. Still failed, but, hey. And we've got wind again. Alright, so that gets the wool scarf back up to 80%, which means it's, instead of giving us the 0.2 C, but warmth bonus and wind chill, I'm getting 0.8. That doesn't seem like, maybe doesn't seem like a huge increase, but, every little bit does count in this, so. On the bright side, usually I'm not too fussed about repairing something only to have to harvest it later. Like with this vest, like the ski vest or whatever. The down vest. I'm gonna repair this, and if I find something better, I may just end up harvesting it. However, cloth is pretty easy to find a lot of times, so you shouldn't feel necessarily that you need to skimp on that. Repair skills up to 63. That's good. 65. Repair amount's only 25. Probably okay for now. Everything else I'm wearing. So that should be all good. Food is pretty good. Got plenty of water. Oh yeah, here we go. This is the stuff I need to take care of. And I typically use these file cabinets to store materials. It's like this hook I can throw in there. It hardly weighs anything, so it's not a big deal. But I don't have a rifle, so I can might put the rounds on the counter actually, now that I think about it. Sewing kit can go in here for right now. I usually like to carry one with me, but I'm not going to worry about it too much at the moment. The lantern fuel will go upstairs. That's right, food's good. I can drop off the cloth, feathers, the leather, scrap metal. The objective here is to try to keep your weight kind of low, because if you're going to go out exploring, you're going to want to bring stuff back, and if you're already pushing your limit, you can carry more than the 30 kilograms. You just start depleting, your fatigue will go down, or will increase a lot faster. I don't remember what they call it, like your tiredness. Yeah, this bar will go down much faster if you're carrying more than you should be. Alright, that should have me back above 50% or so. Poke our nose outside and see if it'd be worth going around and exploring a bit. I always try to make sure I'm not about to get jumped by a wolf. Okay, we're not too bad. It's feels like -4, which is kind of low, but it's not so low that you can't operate. Okay, there we go. So I got flares and matches. Try to keep the flare with me, just in case I come over like a hill and it's wolf time. It's not uncommon. There was a deer that I wasn't seeing apparently. So if we head this direction, we'll loop down and hit to the eventually get down to the trapper's homestead, which usually has some good stuff. We'll probably end up spending the night over there. That's pretty common for me, just because I'll end up breaking down. I don't like to hit a location that I'm not going to be staying at and leave stuff. So if I'm not going to stay there, and it's not super convenient to where I am staying, I don't like to like leave, you know, furniture that I can break down for firewood and the like, because it doesn't do me any good when it's sitting out there. So there's like a collapsed tunnel back here that usually there's a, sometimes there's a body, but usually there's like at least a box that you can root through. So we're going to see if we can't get that. It is getting a bit colder though. And it is snowing, so I'm going to want to make sure that I'm not being stupid and setting myself up to get caught in a storm. As many times as I've played this map, I will still get myself lost periodically trying to get out to the Trapper's homestead, which is kind of dumb. But, oh, there you go. That's really all I can say. Since we do have the knife and the hatchet now, though, we can, you know, harvest if we come across, you know, dead deer. We can sometimes get a little bit of meat out of that, and the hides and the gut will be important for crafting some better clothing later. Okay, back to -5. Yep, poor guy. Ooh, he's been kind of eaten at a little bit. I got another knife. Usually there's some firewood back here, yeah, or that's not firewood. Sometimes there's firewood back here too. You can get a couple like cedar logs. So a metal container with a tin of coffee and a med kit. With a candy bar and another sewing kit. Alright, well, we'll take it. Oh yeah, okay. Time to head back home, and we're gonna need to run this time. That swept in pretty quick. And as you can see, it feels like -21, it's bad. There we go. Get shielded from the wind there for a second. Maybe bought me a couple moments. It's going down so fast. It's on my way. I don't recommend doing that actually. Especially if you miss one, turning around for it like I did was pretty dumb. Whew. Alright, well, that was entertaining. So we got one at 80, one at 78 for the knives. That's, let's go ahead and drop the better one. They're so close that it's not really worth fussing over. Second sewing kit. But actually, that was not a bad time to head back. That kind of gets up to the half-hour time limit I'm trying to stick to a little bit. So I hope you've enjoyed this second episode of Long Dark. We've managed to not die yet, which is always good. So our kind of further objectives are to get that trapper's homestead when the weather lets up, hopefully, and then we can also try to maybe hit the clear cut on the way back from there, and maybe even the ranger lookout. So we got some exploring to do coming up. Hopefully, the weather will cooperate with us in the short term. But until then, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.